well. So I'm a project manager. I would say I have 3 years or less than 3 years experience in project management. So I quite well understand the aspiring PMs and their struggles, right? So that's why I'm was creating that account to strictly focus on project management content. I know, I think I've also said it on my page. I know that educational content most times on social media these days does not fly. If you're not creating skills, they need where to practice. Typical example, so it's software developer. You can't learn how to code on practicing. Practice. It's safe to say that no learning has taken place.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth Mentors and VCs show again. This is Shaq Lubia, founder of Youth Mentors and VCs, and I'm really excited today again. We have a bomb guest all the way from Nigeria. I think Youth Mentors is just about to be international business. This is about local business. It's more small for people. So I'm really honored to have our guest today, and I'm excited for people commenting on the previous episodes, asking questions to our mentors and even venture capitalists. So I'm really grateful for people responding well. Before we start, I want to start by thanking our sponsors. More, they deal with plant-based coconut yogurt made in Watamu. For those who are lactose intolerant, this is your plug actually to go and get the yogurt. For those who don't consume dairy, we got a solution for you from Rico Amor. Also, our brand partner called Allo.co. They deal with women fashion. Actually, for these ladies who love luxury brands, this is your way to go. And also, we have a school in Kenya called Rofina School that we support with donations and charity for the children living in the slum areas. So we're gonna put a picture so that you guys, for those who love giving, should go and support the school because we believe giving is receiving in a school. And yes, now to the exciting part. I want to introduce my guest. I don't want to say much about her. I want her to do the honors of introducing herself because she has so many titles. So I don't want to dilute the titles. Cynthia, welcome to Youth Mentors and VC Show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
How is it in Nigeria today?
It's okay. The part that I am in, it's
Mm,
calm at least.
amazing. It's a good thing that you've been flying the whole day and you've been able to make it to be here with us. I'm really grateful. And I know because this video is going to live for years to come, it will impact people even 50 years later, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
true. Because the
amazing.
path that I am on is it's a career path. It's a journey, and more people will jump into the journey and all that. So,
Mm, that's amazing. That's amazing. So maybe you can give us a brief introduction about you, what you do, and maybe your hobbies, and if you're single.
oh, okay. Thank you so much. I'm Cynthia Ejikeme. That's not my full name. My full name is actually quite long. So Ejikeme, maybe Cynthia Nchedochkoka Jessica Oloma. That's my full name, right? But to make it more easy for people not in my tribe to be able to pronounce my name, I just decided to brand myself as Cynthia Ejikeme out of my many names, right? So I'm known on all social media platforms as Cynthia Ejikeme, but TikTok, LinkedIn. I am trying to be on X, Twitter for a while, but that space is a lot.
I know.
I'm trying to come up there as well. So I'm a project manager. I would say I have 3 years or less than 3 years experience in project management. So I quite well understand the aspiring PMs and their struggles, right? So that's why I'm more like, I would say I'm an advocate for the aspiring PMs or people who want to transition into project management. So I am into IT. Basically, I'm an IT project manager or a digital project manager. I manage software development and web development projects and some marketing projects, if any. Not that I cannot manage any other projects. I can manage other projects aside from health, industry, and construction, right? I don't know anything about construction for now, right? So, but every other project, if what is required, I have it and I possess it, I go for it.
Mm. Okay, that's a good thing. So, what inspired you to pursue a career in project management, and how has your journey been so far?
Um, Okay, I would say when I was still in school, I I was a business owner. I've managed my business. The name is Cindy Collections. I managed the business for close to 5 years plus. And towards the ending of my university days, I'm like, okay, I would like to do something more and not just be a business owner, right? So at that phase, I had to do a lot of self-assessment. I did because I feel like if you want to learn a skill, these days they are all about go learn a skill, go learn a skill, right? And people tend to tell you, okay, you go learn this, you go learn that. But I feel like the most important thing for people to do is to have a self-assessment, assess yourself. You have skills already and things and areas that you're good in. So that was what I did. I ran a self-assessment on myself. And the only thing or the only skill or career that best describes the qualities I possess is the project management qualities, like the skills required for someone to become a project manager. That was it. And I'm like, okay, let me dive deep into this. And that was when it all started. That was when the whole challenges and the reason for my this particular topic came about, right?
Mm.
Because it was not really, really pleasing, I would say. And then going on how the journey has been quite an interesting one. I would say project management is not a boring career at all. It's not. You do one thing today, tomorrow you might do another thing, right? Unlike some skills that every day, Monday to Friday, you are doing the same thing. But in project management, it's quite different. You Today you're doing this, tomorrow you're managing an entirely different project, you're meeting new people and you're working with different people. Like it's fun, I would say, but it can be draining. It can be draining, but it's fun. So it's been going fine. I've been able to meet a lot of people, meeting senior project managers. I'm someone who loves learning from my seniors, right? So I know that since I'm coming up, I don't know it all. So I focus on learning from people who have been there before I even decided to join, right? So I do that. I leverage LinkedIn a whole lot. Like LinkedIn is a game changer for me in particular. I don't really know for other people, but for me in particular, LinkedIn is a game changer. Till tomorrow, it will be a game changer because I feel like it gives this common ground for you to have conversations and talk to people that on a norm outside LinkedIn you will have to book an appointment to meet them. Sometimes
Yeah.
you even get rejected, right? But LinkedIn gives you that common ground. You can just send the person a DM, comment on the person's post. Like
Mm.
through LinkedIn, I've been able to meet people. Through LinkedIn, I've been able to have conversations with people that I know that nothing would have ever made me um talk to them in real life. Because I know
Mm.
that I won't have access to them. right? Like I won't have access. I can't travel from Nigeria to US to go talk to people. No. But LinkedIn gave us that common ground. So I think I leveraged LinkedIn a whole lot. Even while I was transitioning, it was LinkedIn that really, really helped me and all that.
Yeah, I think so. For the youth who are not on LinkedIn, I've just given them a secret. If they want to do international business, LinkedIn is the place to be.
Please join LinkedIn. Exactly.
Yes,
Join LinkedIn. Join.
yes.
You necessarily don't really have to be posting every single time, like dropping post every day, but just be on LinkedIn, have a profile, meet people, right? I always say this, the real recruiters and bosses, CEOs, they don't even post on LinkedIn. They are just observers. They're just there
Mm,
observing you or observing, then
mm,
they reach out to you, right? So you can be an observer or you can be one of the people who are participating in the constant posting and all that. Either way, make sure that you're on LinkedIn. Just make
mm.
sure that you have an account on LinkedIn. It's very important.
Yeah, they should show up. Yeah. I'm seeing also
Oh,
Casey is agreeing to you. He's saying on the comment section that, yeah, project manager is a fun thing to be. And he was commenting saying, yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing. All right, let's speak about the unspoken challenges that are in project management. Um, what do you guys see that is challenging, especially for people who have not been to that field and they're now transitioning to be in that field of project management?
Okay. First of all, the thing I noticed that I was thinking that I'm the only person experiencing it. Like when I was starting out, I thought, oh, I'm the only person going through this. But v- after that phase and becoming a little bit cleared on where and what I should do, I discovered that there are millions of other persons who are actually experiencing this. There is what I always say, it's not about taking the courses, it's not about being trained. You can go to an academy, be trained to be a product manager, a project manager, a program manager, a digital marketer. But if you don't have someone to ask questions, if you don't have someone to guide you, it's going to be will I say draining, mentally draining, because if some persons go as far as becoming depressed. Let me put it that way, right? So, and I'm
Mhm.
not even talking in the essence of mentors, right? For online courses, because that is what is predominant in the world of today. We have more of online courses than actual physical trainings and all that. So the online, you see that most people prefer to take online courses. So after taking the online courses, what next?
Mhm.
Like what next? You don't have anybody to ask questions when you're confused or when you see some certain things and you be like, I don't understand this. Who do I ask? You don't have anybody to ask. And even the community section on each online course, most times you don't get a response when you ask a question on that particular community section, or they say commenting section. You don't get a response, right? So I
Mhm.
feel the one of the predominant challenge, the most dominant one, is not having someone to ask questions. This is not about mentors, but not having
Mhm.
someone or people to answer the questions of people who are still transitioning. We have a lot
Mhm.
of active and working project managers, but most of them don't even have the time. There is a lot it takes, like managing a project is a whole lot. There is chaos, there is management, like it's a whole lot. So most of them don't even have that time to come online and engage other people, right? So now that's lack is affecting a lot of people. So when they finish taking their course and they try one, two, three, four, five times, nobody to answer their questions, they drop it and go to another thing. That's why if
Mhm.
you one 9 out of 10 persons in a room have taken the course, but they are not acting, they are not implementing, they are not even going through that career path anymore. But they have taken the course. And 5 out of 10, if you ask them, they will say, I don't know what to do next. After taking the course, I have the certification, but what do I do with it? So you see, not having people to answer their questions, to ask questions, to get guidance from is a big problem. It's a very,
Mm.
very big problem. And then the second one is internships and volunteering opportunities. We have less of it. I would say why I said we have less of it is because the ones that are reaching people are not even much. We have websites, we have people, academies that offer, organizations, companies that offer internships and volunteering opportunities. But how many persons know of them? How many persons hear of it? It's just few persons that hear of it, right? The one with PMI, the one with IPM, the ones they are offering, it's just few persons who hear of it. And if these few persons decide not to retweet, repost, and reshare, it will still not spread. So you hear people constantly asking, please, I need internships, I need volunteering opportunities, I need paid, even if it's not paid. But we have a lot of them out there, but still it feels like we don't have enough of it. So I feel this is a particular challenge. And after taking the courses for the aspiring project managers, they need where to implement, they need where to practice. Typical example, a software developer, you can't learn how to code by not practicing. You practice. It's safe to say that no learning has taken place if there is no implementation or actions taken. So you only learn when you have actually taken actions and implemented the theoretical knowledge that you've gotten. You can take 10 courses, but when it comes to actually implementing, you will still be confused as at what to do. But you have the knowledge. You have the knowledge. If they ask you questions now, you answer. You know everything, every terminology that there is in coding or project management, right? But when it comes to the actual implementation and delivering, you lack it because you only learn from failure. You fail to learn. You don't just learn. You fail, you learn. You fail, you learn. A senior colleague of mine would say that the best project manager is someone who has failed more than you have tried. So you only fail, 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 fail to be where you are. So you can't fail two times and be like, oh, I'm the best. No, you only know the best by someone who has failed multiple times and they still stood their ground because they have learned consistently from their failures. So not having enough visible internships and volunteering opportunities for aspiring project managers to actually practice what they've been learning is a big challenge. Is a really, really big challenge. And the funny part is when you apply for jobs, these companies will tell you they need someone with 4 years experience. They need someone with 5 years experience. How do people get the experience without actually working? How do people get the experience without implementing what they've learned? I don't know
Yeah,
if you get, yeah,
we have
right?
to
So
we have
it's
to
it's
be
actually one of
moving.
the problems. Exactly. And the third challenge I would say is the lack of explicitly not will I say entry level roles. We have a lot of entry level roles in project management, but they are not clear enough. You might see a coordinator role, a project coordinator is needed, or a team lead is needed. These things are entry level roles, but people don't understand that they are entry level roles, right? And they're just looking for job roles on job sites or or job descriptions that say clearly there, oh, we need project management entry level role. Most of these jobs don't come that way. You might not even see project management on the job description. So that alone is a challenge. When people now see it, instead of them to apply, they are looking for the one that has project management. That's why I had to share on
On my
my TikTok page a lot of I had to describe it and explain it, different jobs and different titles, or would I say job descriptions and job titles that also mean the project management entry level role. I had to explain it. And
Mm.
that particular post got some engagements. And I'm like, okay, wow, people really, really did not really know this. So we see that it's a challenge. People always look out for the same way they look out for, oh, we need a senior software developer. If you don't put a senior software developer will see it and not know that they need him or her, right? The same applies in
Mm.
project management. If you don't put that project management in your job description, people will overlook it and not know that, okay, this is what you are talking about. So that was
Mm.
also,
Okay.
it's a challenge for some people.
All right. So since you say what people are lacking is who to talk to, so
Yeah.
what do you think, or where does the role of mentorship come to guiding these aspiring project managers? And what advice would you give them from getting those people to talk to, or maybe finding mentors?
Okay. I think I keep mentioning this LinkedIn.
Mm.
LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more like a professional platform. LinkedIn is a professional platform. It's the same way we know Instagram for cute videos and pictures. We know LinkedIn to be a corporate platform. You don't come on LinkedIn and see people making skits. No, it's not a it's not a platform for skit making. It's a platform
Mm.
that people consciously know that here is for this. So I
Mm.
feel getting mentors, there are different ways you can get a mentor. These days, we have paid mentorship. I was asking one of my mentors, "Sir, do you think I should go for a paid mentorship?" He is my mentor, right? I made him my mentor without him even knowing it, but now he knows that he's my mentor because I call him my mentor. Now I
Mm.
asked him, should I go for paid mentorships and all that? He told me there is one thing with paid mentorship. Paid mentorship would not really give you what you want, but it would, and because it's time free, it has a duration. You are not relaxed enough to actually express yourself. You're not relaxed enough to share what you want to share. You're time conscious, and you might not even need the mentorship or the mentoring at that particular point. So once that timing in that time duration is over, your money is gone and the mentorship is over. So the best form of mentorship I would say is the one you form a relationship with the person. You know the person and the person knows you, even if they don't know you too well, but they know that career part of you. And how to get this is you go on LinkedIn. There are persons that you know that are very good at what they do. They are very good at it. You see them and you see that they are professionals, they are experts, and most importantly, they have experience in that field already. They have a number of many years of experience in that field. So what do you do as someone who wants to have this person as a mentor? This is quite strategic, I would say. It's more like you're coming to somebody because you need something from them, but it works. So what you do is you go to them, you keep engaging in their comment section. Very important. Engage on their comment section. Not like you being on their faces. Anywhere they turn, Cynthia. Anywhere they turn, Cynthia. Cynthia, you are here. Cynthia, you are here. The more they see you, the more subconsciously and unconsciously you register in their head, right?
Mm.
So now,
Yeah.
when you have a problem or a challenge, always ask them and seek for their permission. That's where clear communication comes in. You don't go to someone that you want them to be your mentor and you start telling them, "Sir, ma, I need something from you. This is this and this is that." You go straight to the point. You ask them that question. "Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma. Please, I have a question and I would love you to answer the question for me because I know that you have the experience to answer this question for me. And I would really appreciate it if you give me your feedback or your response at your convenience." You don't put pressure on them. Allow
Mm.
them tell you or get back to you at their convenience. So that, and when they do that, they won't feel like you are trying to take away their time or you're trying to pressure them or you're trying to force out something from them. Most times they will be like, "Oh, no, no, not a problem." And you follow up at least. Follow up is another thing that people who say they're looking for mentors lack. Most of them, I would say. You want somebody to be your mentor, you send the person a message once and you expect the person to see the message and respond to you. They have something they're doing.
Mm.
I am somebody that unconsciously, and I don't even know, but I think if I look at you, I already think that you're busy. So if I'm talking to you, I talk to you as you're busy. I don't assume that you have time. I don't just assume that, oh, you are free.
Mhm.
I assume that you're busy. So I try to at least plead for your time either way, right? For you to make out time
Mhm.
for, because if there is anything that people are making money for these days is to buy time. People buy time a lot of the times these days. So if you're looking for something from someone, you should follow up. Send the person a reminder, a very gentle, polite, warm reminder. And the more you follow up, a normal human being with a conscience, with a heart, will feel like, oh, I've pushed this particular person away so far. Oh yeah, what do you want? They will give you your response and your answer. They've opened the door for you. Tomorrow, go and ask them another question. Keep asking them questions. Keep seeking for their knowledge. And when they tell you what to do, make sure you do it. It's another thing in mentorship. You want someone to mentor you and you seek for their advice, they tell you what to do, you do something else. If you come to them tomorrow, they don't have any need to tell you what to do because you don't take their word. So when they tell you what to
Mhm.
do, you do it. When you do it one, two, three, four, five times, you ask the person for their WhatsApp contact. You drag them away from LinkedIn to WhatsApp. Now, if you're on WhatsApp, anybody you drag from any platform to WhatsApp is already a little bit closer to you. So with that, before you know it, you already have a mentor. Now, people,
Mhm.
another thing I feel is a big problem is people always have this, will I say, they confuse coaching and mentorship. We have a coach and we have a mentor. A coach is someone who consistently every day they are telling you this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do this, do this, do that. A mentor is someone you go to once a week, two times in a month, not every day. A mentor is someone you seek advice or suggestion from when when the whole activity and everything you are confused on what to do, you are choking, and you need someone to help you in that situation, you go to a mentor. But people say, I'm looking for a mentor, and they're looking for someone to consistently be there for them. Do this. Okay, after you're done doing this, reach out. That is the work of a coach, not a mentor. People.
It's two
So
different.
if you expect the duties of a coach from a mentor, you will stress your mentor out. And you would have them in the next time, if instead of them to be there for you, they would push you to the right or to the left and tell you that they are busy. They will get back to you later. And then you will feel like they are not giving you time. You will feel like they are not mentoring their mentoring. Let me put it that way. Right.
Mhm.
And get angry, or some person's emotions start busting out and all that. Forgetting that you are interchanging the duties. So to get a mentor, if the person follows this particular strategy from pulling people from LinkedIn, it works, and you don't go to them every time. You don't go to them every day. But if you need a coach, you become clear. Hi, please, I want you to coach me and not for you to mentor me. I would like you to coach me on this particular thing. That is when the person will dedicate time. Coaching itself has deals with a duration most times. If someone wants to coach you, they give you a duration, they give you a timing. I will coach you from Monday to Friday, but mentoring most times is more like a lifetime something. The people that I have as mentors now, I don't intend letting them go. I don't intend letting them away from my life. It's till whenever. I'm always trying to keep that communication, right? Christmas, happy Christmas, sir, happy Christmas, ma, New Year, happy New Year, this one. If you have a challenge, oh, this is what I want. And they respond to you because you're not bugging them. But for your coach, you can disturb your coach every time because they are coaching you. So I think people understanding the difference between a coach and a mentor will also help them to implement the particular strategy that I just gave now, from by pulling people from LinkedIn to WhatsApp. If you do that, you can have people that will mentor you. But if you need a coach, be clear that you need a coach. You tell people that you need a coach, that you want them to coach you in project management. And we have academies for that. We have people who charge for that. But when it comes to mentoring, the best form of mentoring is one you get, the one you have a personal relationship with the person. That is the best form of mentorship. So just like my mentor said, I would also tell the viewers to go for the non-paid mentorship program. I think that would be better.
Yeah, because I believe for those ones who are starting, not so many of them have the capacity to go and pay for the courses yet, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
There's a guy here is called iPhone. Yeah, iPhone. If you will mute your channel because it's kind of interrupting Cynthia while speaking. I hope you can mute so that it doesn't the noise background won't interrupt. Anyway, let's speak about bridging the gaps of knowledge and skills. What do you think aspiring project managers struggle with, and how do they overcome these bridges effectively? Either between either lack of skills or knowledge. How do they bridge this gap?
I think bridging the gap boils down to implementation. Someone who believes that you have the knowledge you need. What you need is action. I saw something this morning and it said, let me try to know if I can read it out. I resonated so well with it, and I'm like, this is just it. Let me read it out. It said, you you don't need another course if you're dealing with inconsistency. It's discipline problem, not a knowledge problem.
That's
So
very
in this
accurate.
particular case, I think I think it's not a knowledge problem. I think if you've taken one or two courses, I also share that on my TikTok. I'm telling people because in fact, I will say I'm a lab rat, right? Because I've taken a lot of project management courses. Almost all the courses in project management on YouTube, I've taken them. I've watched them when I was still even Coursera, Udemy. I've taken anything course, I would jump on it. If there is one thing I would say that I overdid, that was one of it. So I and from someone who have taken a lot of courses, most of them are the same thing. Most of these courses, they are the same thing. So that's why I believe so well that it's not a knowledge problem. If you take one or two courses in project management, you have the knowledge. What you need is implementation, actions. That's what you need. You learn better by implementing, not by taking more courses. You learn better by taking actions. If you as a project manager or in project management, I mean, we have the soft skills, which is the emotional intelligence, communication, talk, all people management, all those things. You can't learn them by taking courses. You only learn them by actually implementing, talking to people, managing a team. When they get out of meeting, how do you react? When a team member misses meeting 2 times, what do you do? Right? These things, you don't breach this particular gap from taking more courses. Oh, go read a book on emotional intelligence, read a book on people management. Even after reading the book, somebody can still step on your toe and you slap that person. But you read a book on people management, you read a book on emotional intelligence, right? It doesn't have to do with the knowledge, it has to do with you implementing the one you already have. I think we know these things already. Even with being patient,
Mm,
even with communicating, stakeholder management has to deal with a lot, right? So you don't read more and practice less. You implement more from the ones you already read and you learn from that. That's the only gap I feel like people should or aspiring project managers should look out for. Implementing. Talk to more
mm,
people. Even if you don't have a particular team already that it's out there, because another problem is people expecting that after taking the project management course, you get a job immediately that will pay you millions and dollars. I'm sorry to disappoint you. It doesn't work that way. I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but it doesn't work that way. So most times people are being advised to have their own projects, build your own projects yourself or build your own team. You can start with the people around you. How do you talk to them? How do you deal with them? How do you organize things? It can start with that, right? So
mm.
it's an implementation problem, not a knowledge problem. Most people, 9 out of 10 persons already know what to do, but they're not doing it. they're not doing it. You know what to do, but you're not doing it. And you keep complaining that, oh, I think I don't have the skills needed. You have the skills, you're just not implementing the ones you already have. So
Mm,
only thing is another thing is I would say is learning how to use the tools, because most of the courses don't teach you how to use the tools in project management. Learning the tools is an entirely different thing altogether. I also share that on my TikTok. I'm like, you guys should focus on learning how to use the tools, because it's the tools that you're using that will get the job done most times. So if you are taking the courses, getting the theoretical knowledge, you should also learn how to use the tools. And most of the tools, if you know how to use one or two tools in project management, you can know how to use the rest. That's just the funny thing. It's easy to navigate the rest. And I'm a big fan of YouTube. I'm a very big fan of YouTube because I feel like YouTube have anything you're looking for is on YouTube. Everything. So I would suggest you use your ChatGPT to get the tools that are required for the industry or the niche in project management you are in, construction, healthcare, marketing, IT. Check for the tools that are needed in that industry and then go learn them on YouTube. That's just the
mm.
only.
Okay, okay. Actually, I was actually going to ask about tools, but it's a good thing you mentioned. You should go to YouTube University. So let's speak about
Yeah.
leveraging social media. Your TikTok channel has been a platform for helping aspiring project managers. How has
Yeah.
social media played a role in educating and inspiring others?
I think that's what my page is all about. Like I said earlier, there are lots of internship opportunities, volunteering positions, but people who need it are not getting it. The people who need the information are not getting it most times. So I took it upon myself when I was creating that account to strictly focus on project management content. I know, I think I've always said it on my page. I know that educational content most times on social media these days does not fly. If you're not creating skits, if you're not doing funny content, or if you're not being controversial, you're not really gonna blow on the internet these days. But if you're controversial or not, that you're gonna blow. So most of this content, people even on LinkedIn, industry knowledge doesn't really get that much engagement on posts and all that, except when you're telling it as a story, or you are trying to promote how to be on LinkedIn and all that. Those ones get enough engagement. So when I see project managers on LinkedIn who talk about their webinars, their workshops, I take it upon myself to spread the word. I reach out to them. Hello, please, can I share this to people outside LinkedIn because I know people need it. So I leverage TikTok, get the information with their permission, and put it on TikTok and get people on TikTok who don't have that privilege of knowing those people to connect. So more like I'm using social media to connect people with knowledge that they are missing out on. That's just it. And I'm really, really happy that it's been effective. It's helping. And people are also getting to ask questions. I have a free one-on-one with most people on from my TikTok channel. I just made it free because I know that if I had had something like that when I was starting out, I wouldn't be as confused as I was. So people get to ask questions. You notice that people have been confused. Like they have questions, and most times they have the answers to their questions, but they just want a reconfirm. Like they want someone to confirm that okay, yes, this thing that I said I would do is I'm actually right. I had a one-on-one with someone, and I'm like, I think you've answered your questions yourself. You've given the answer to the question. She said, yes. I just want to know if I'm right. You see that doubt there. So most people know what to do, but they just need someone to tell them that, yes, go ahead, it's right. And when you don't have that kind of support from the people who you think know or are experts in the field, you feel like you're not doing enough, and it will affect your growth. Doubts and fear, it will affect your growth. So I think social media, it's really helping in that aspect. That's part of social media is really, really helping by um joining people and knowledge all together. Without social media, I don't think you would have met me, would you?
I know. Social media is everything, man. I mean, if you're not on social media right now, social media is a world of over 4 billion people. I mean,
More.
where else are you in if you're not on social media? So let me ask you another question because what I'm getting is there's a problem of theoretical knowledge and real world application. So, what can you give that concrete advice for people to be able to just apply, as you are insisting for people to apply this knowledge in real world?
Okay, I would always say that online courses don't just do it. I think one of my first audio event on LinkedIn, that was one of the topics. I was asking, please, why are people not talking? Why are other senior project managers not talking? Why are they not out there telling the aspiring ones and the junior PMs on how things were for them and helping out? Because online courses don't just do it. So the online courses will give you the theoretical aspects, and the real life experience is totally different from what they have on the courses. Talking from experience, when they tell you, oh, agile or waterfall is meant to be this way, this way, this way, that's the basics, that's the foundation, right? That's the principle that guides whatever you're doing. But then it's the implementation aspect is a low, it's different. It's a whole different. Even when they tell you as a project manager, you need to communicate clearly with people. You might be thinking you're communicating clearly with someone. For me, I work with developers, and there are someone, there are oh my god, developers are a set of they are a set of people that if you don't communicate, if you don't learn how to communicate with them, you have issues with them, a lot of
Mm,
issues, right? Because they have their own language, they understand it themselves. So now imagine if you, after taking the courses, and they tell you, oh, improve or communicate clearly with your team. To you, you come to them, oh, I need this, I need this, do that. You feel you've communicated, but did they really understand what you told them to do? So you can't really know that without implementing. You can't really know that without being in the moment. That's real life experience, actually managing a project. That's just it. So I feel online courses don't just do it. So if you're someone or aspiring project manager or someone who wants to transition and you are taking the online course, please try as much as possible to find yourself an actual project to get your hands on experience. Hands on experience.
mm,
Even the senior project managers will say that having all the certifications without actually having all the certifications would only get you to the door, but your experience and your ability and your capabilities will be the thing to get you the job and keep you in that job. So it's not
mm,
by having certifications, it's not by, oh, I've taken the PMP, I've taken this, I've taken that. No, it's by you implementing, having hands-on experience. So if you're taking the course, have it at the back of your mind that, okay, I'm just taking this to know what to do, to have the knowledge, and to also have the certification. But then I need to actually implement, like, go implement, go get your hands on it, manage a project, manage a budget so that you will know if you blow up the money or you would manage it effectively, because project managers as well can be managers. I would say that because every project has a budget attached to it.
mm.
So
Okay.
you
Mm,
can't really learn that from the course. You only learn that from actually managing. That's just the thing. And just like we said previously, you can also leverage the social media to find all these internships and hands website. I would even suggest they go to TCU, Upskill and Collab, or Techies Collab and Upskill on LinkedIn. We have Intern Plus, we have the IPM, we have a lot of them on LinkedIn that offer hands-on experience these days, and it's really, really interesting. Some of them are paid. You pay to actually practice or work on live projects. My slogan on TikTok now is take this from a project manager who is working on live projects. That's my slogan. I always say
okay.
that a whole lot,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
So
mm,
it's good to work on live projects. You can do that. If you see a live project, get on it. And another advice I would give is, if you're an aspiring project manager or someone looking to transition, please take your mind off the money for at least the first 2 years. Take your mind
mm,
off the money, except if you are a 9 to 5 or you're already in an industry. It's two different things. I always say, if you're an industry where you're already working, you are already working, and you know they need a project manager, and you decide to take the project management course, it's a whole different thing altogether. You can go ahead and tell them that you've taken the course and you know you can handle the project in the company. Or then they don't need to go look for a new project manager. They will give it to you because you're already in the company. You can just ask them for a raise or a higher pay, right? Because you are providing a higher service. But if you're someone who is not working, you just finished school, or you just want to leave your job and transition into project management, for the first 2 years, please don't look at the money. Don't focus on the money. The money will come, you earn from managing projects, but then you should focus on actually becoming good in your craft than, oh, I'm going there for just to get the money. If you have that at the back of your mind that, okay, yes, I just want to get the money, I just want to get the money, you will get easily frustrated and you'll be depressed.
And give up.
And then you
Yeah,
give up.
yeah, I
Exactly.
know. Yeah, yeah. So maybe my last question, because I'm seeing time is coming to an end.
Okay.
Where can people find you? I know can be maybe just your name, and you've also mentioned that you're trying to find a way to also be on X. Where can people actually
Yes.
find you?
Okay. You can find me on LinkedIn at Cynthia Ejikeme. You can find me on Instagram, Cynthia Ejikeme. You can find me on TikTok, Cynthia Ejikeme. Like I said earlier, that's the name that I'm building. That's the name that I'm putting out. Cynthia Ejikeme. Just type Cynthia Ejikeme on any social media platform. You would see me there. Cynthia Ejikeme. You would see me there. My LinkedIn, my Instagram, and my TikTok. You would see me there. I would definitely join X this year. I used to have an account on X, but I don't know what happened. I kind of lost it. So I'll definitely create a new one this year, and yeah, I'll be on X.
All right, that's a perfect way to end it. I'm really grateful, Cynthia, for pouring it out. You're very passionate about this subject, and someone can even feel it from your voice. So I believe people will follow and reach out to you because even me, these things you're mentioning, I'm just like, some of the things you're mentioning is me, but it's fine. But best believe I'm an action taker, but there's some things you mentioned, and I'm just like, yo, I'm actually not leveraging as much as Cynthia is mentioning these things. So thank you so much. I want to shout out my sponsors again, Big Rico, who have the best plant-based yogurt in Africa. I believe they'll take all the products to each and every country in Africa very soon. They also have coconut oil, which is unrefined. Also, allo.co. They have the best outfits for ladies out there and women, and even dressings for weddings, cocktail dresses, evening dresses. You know, ladies, I'm your plug. Men, go get your woman something from Alola. Also, for those people who believe in charity, we have a school called Rofina School. Please go and support by buying them um, desks, buying the kids books, because the school is actually in a very, very remote place. So go and support them. And thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again on the next episode. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.